I thought I was opening just another mystery late at night. But the second I saw those elevator doors slide open, I felt like I had stepped into something far stranger. The Elisa Lam case pulled me in instantly, because it doesn't begin with obvious danger. It begins with feeling that something is deeply, quietly wrong. In 2013, Elisa Lam, a young traveler from Canada, arrived in Los Angeles and checked into the Cecil Hotel. On the surface, it should have been an ordinary stop on a trip. A new city, an old hotel, a few days of adventure, and then home. But then she disappeared, and the story changed from routine to disturbing almost overnight. The more I looked into it, the more the hotel stopped feeling like a place people stayed, and started feeling like a place that swallowed answers. What completely hooked me was the elevator footage. I watched her step in, press several buttons, pause, look into hallway, and move in a way that made me wonder what she believed was waiting just outside the frame. I replayed that clip again and again, convinced that one tiny detail would suddenly make the whole thing make sense. Was she frightened, confused, trying to make the elevator work, or reacting to something the camera never showed? Line 11, days passed, and there was still no clear sign of where she had gone. Then hotel guests began complaining that the water pressure was low and the water seemed strange, and that's when the case took a darker turn. That was the moment that stopped feeling like an internet mystery and became something I couldn't shake. When staff checked the rooftop water tanks, they found Elisa there, ending the search but opening even more questions than it closed. What stayed with me most was that the discovery answered only one part of the story. Line 16. It still left people asking how she reached the roof, whether alarms or locked access should have stopped her, and why those final elevator moments felt so unsettling. And then there was the hotel itself, which only made everything feel heavier. Line 18. The Cecil already carried a dark reputation, so the case felt less like one strange disappearance and more like another secret hidden inside a building full of them. The theories spread everywhere. Some people believed someone had followed her. Others blamed security failures in the layout of the hotel. And some felt the truth was buried in details the public would never fully understand. Officially, investigators later said there was no evidence of murder. But an official conclusion doesn't always end a mystery, especially when images stay in your mind longer than the explanation does. Every time I come back to this story, I end up back at that elevator. The open doors, the empty hallway, the hesitation, the strange movements. It all feels like a scene missing one final piece that would change everything. I started this case expecting a creepy story with a clear ending. Instead, I walked away